Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Good afternoon, Dave and guest. Frequent listener, occasional caller. Love the show. As I look at the Browns roster position by position, I kind of tend to look to see who we can least afford to lose. It comes back to Tomlinson. I fear if he goes out with an injury long term, we're back in the same situation at defensive tackle. Maybe we can get Mary Kay to start campaigning for Mad Ioannidis. It may work the same way it did for Elijah Moore. Thanks for listening.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Casey, Tomlinson's important, but they've upgraded the scheme a little bit by what Jim Schwartz will ask them to do. And then I think Maurice Hurst is a little underrated. Siaka Ika. They've gotten bigger and better. Tomlinson is hugely important to that, but I don't think if he were to miss some time, I think the defense against the run would still be significantly better than it was last year. It couldn't be worse.
Yeah. I would obviously I would always go with Watson as the person they can't afford to get injured. But Tomlinson would be a major blow to them just because of his strength and what he means to that room, because he's going to be the A side of that defensive tackle room. But like you said, they put some lottery tickets in. They've gotten some extra bodies in there, and just scheme wise, I don't think that they're in the same position they would be. But losing Tomlinson would be a major hit to that defense. We'll see what Ika can do. That's kind of the X factor here is they would be in the same position, but they drafted a guy, a 335-pound guy, and I might be being generous there. So they would have more beef than they already had last year, and that was a major problem, which is getting blown off the line of scrimmage. So they could bring at least one person in that could hold anchor and work it out from there. And as far as Mary Kay getting on the Ioannidis train, I'd be all for it if she wants to do that and campaign for it.
Yeah, everybody is talking about Ioannidis. I think they're going to take a look and see what they have with some of the young guys. Hurst is a guy, by all indications, has been, he looks to be healthy, and when he's been healthy, he's been an effective NFL defensive tackle.
Yeah, and that's why they take those flyers. It isn't going to hurt them to bring a player like that in and kick the tires. And if he can get it on the right track, then you got a playable piece, Even if we're not talking starting caliber, but someone that you can rotate in, that could be massively helpful for this defense. So getting players like that and Hill, and you already have a guy like Elliott on the roster. So they have enough pieces, and like you said, they're going to let them work that out. And then if no one really gives them what they want, there's always roster cuts, So this thing isn't over by a long shot.